Yes, finally, I made it to Cresson Motorsport Park, and this is my first HPDE event with Apex Racing Academy, and I must say it was very, very, very enjoyable. I learned a lot um, today. Thank you, Aaron Young. He was my instructor. Thank you very much for your patience, um, for your insight, for keeping me honest and helping me to learn not just how to drive the car, but track awareness as well, because that is the most important thing on the track, regardless of how fast you are or how slow you are. Track awareness keeps everyone safe. And I must confess that I have a lot of learning to do in terms of track awareness. Today we worked on the racing line, cadence braking or threshold braking, consistency, looking ahead. I have a tendency to look right in the corners or at the apex, but when I started consistently looking ahead, I could start seeing my lap times get better. Although at this point it's really not about lap times, it is more about getting comfortable with the car, being more aware of what's going on the track, learning how to properly apply the brakes in the braking areas, how to get on the, when to get on the throttle, tracking out, using up all of the track. And when you're in the car, at least when I was in the car, it's different than driving in a sim. I do a little bit of sim racing, and I drive completely different in the sim than I do on the track. I am more consistent in the sim. I've been doing it a lot longer in the sim, I guess. For whatever reason, well, a lot of the stuff from the sim translates into the track, but on the track, for some reason, I am not driving as well as I thought I would be, from my sim experience. And to be fair, these are two tracks that I've never driven on before. And the sim, all the tracks I drive, I know the track. So I know the braking areas for each of the respective cars that I will drive. So I know exactly where to apply the brakes, how much brakes to apply, and how to correct from slides and things like that in the sim. In the real car here at Cresson Motorsport Ranch, I don't know the track. I'm learning the track. And it's a little bit difficult to focus sometimes when I'm trying to focus, and I'm trying to listen also to the input from the instructor, and a lot of times I think I'm messing up because I'm kind of caught between the instructions and what I think I should be doing. So for the most part, I was guessing. I was braking by feel, whereas when I'm driving in the sim, I know exactly where I need to brake. I use landmarks. In fact, coming down the back straight Dakota in a LMP2 car, I know exactly where I need to brake. So when I'm getting close, I'm looking for my markers, heavy on the brakes, downshift, turning. So I know what I need to do in the sim. I know where I need to brake. I know how much I need to brake. I know the turn in. I know the apex. I know all of that. But at these tracks, it seems as though I'm not applying those same fundamentals or those same things that I do in the sim. And I don't know if it's because I'm distracted from the instructions or if I have no idea. In the sim, I'm in the car by myself, so I'm not listening to anything except for the tire squeals and some of the other stuff. So, but anyway, I wasn't as consistent as I could be in this thing. One of the biggest things that I learned in this exercise here was getting more and more confident with the car. It's a Camaro ZL1 1LE with 650 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque, or newton meters, or whatever you want to call it. Well, if it's 650 foot-pounds and it's not 650 newton meters, there will have to be some kind of conversion there. But nevertheless, anyway, what I learned is that this car, I can go a lot faster. As soon as I got home, and I know I'm not at the point yet because this is my second HPDE event. This is my second on-track event with my own vehicle, right? The first one was Chin Track in March. This one here is at Apex, and I have another one coming up at Chin Track over at Eagle Canyon Raceway in June. And then I'll go back to Apex again in July for another one. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, that was pretty close right there. That was very, very close right there. Yeah, so what I learned is the car, I think we had it set to Sport 1 or something as far as the suspension setting. I changed the front camber, the camber settings to track. So when I came back home and looked at the telemetry, look at the PDR onboard lap, and I'm watching the quickest lap I did all day, which was a 129.9, and by no means this is not fast at all. It's a 129.9. I got people in Miatas running 122s and 118s probably around that track, so 129 is nothing to really be proud of. But as I sit watching the lap, I am noticing everywhere, which is literally almost every single corner, if not every corner, where I'm saying to myself, you should be on the throttle a lot sooner through there. You should carry a lot more speed through there. You should brake a little bit earlier here. You missed the apex there. And I could see everything. The very first time I sat down and watched the replay, I saw a million things I was doing wrong, right? Right here, I should have been on the throttle much sooner. 100% throttle should be tracking all the way out here and carrying maximum speed down the straightaway. I should get up to 120 miles an hour before the braking event right here. Brake hard, and then patience. This is supposed to be a late apex. I missed the apex a little bit here. No brake here. I should be able to take that corner with no brake here. I could carry much more speed through this here. Aaron keep telling me over here, let it run a little bit wider. I need to let it come out wide, come out right, then pull it into the apex. Right, I should be on the throttle full, right? Right at the apex, I should be fully on the throttle. Here is just a lift or a tap on the brakes. Hit the apex tight, full throttle already it should be. I should be able to get to this braking event here at 120 miles an hour easily. Brake heavy here, be patient, pull it in, look for the apex. I should be on the throttle right here. 100% throttle right here, let it track out. Right here, brake a little early here, bam. Tight on the apex right here. Okay, stay wide, stay tight here because the next left-hander is a tight corner. Keep it nice and tidy through here. Carry the speed, track out right here. Let it go out to the apex right here. Miss this apex here completely. Track out wide, pull it into this apex here, full throttle right here. I should be full throttle already through there. I should be getting up to 100 again, 115 miles an hour before the braking event here. Small brake here, full throttle right here. I should be full throttle already, just let it. So I just sat and I watched this entire thing that I was doing and understanding how the car handles and how the car behaves. Every single one of this corner, if I drive them the way Aaron was telling me to drive them, that 1 minute and 29 seconds would be down into the 1 minute and 25, 26 maybe. I'd shave 3 seconds at least off of my time just by simply getting on the throttle sooner, letting the car track out where it needs to, hitting the apex, full throttle here, let it track out to the edge of the track. Use every single millimeter of the track. Don't even touch the brakes here. Lift, cut it in full throttle here because there's a lot. Let it run wide, man. I sat and watched this video after coming home and realized I left so much on track. But then again, I don't need to be too hard on myself because again, it's my second track session. but I should have and could have gone a lot quicker if I was just a little bit more relaxed and just allow myself to flow. One of the things that I noticed also is whenever I was trying not to go fast, I was more consistent and I was quicker. So my quickest lap was when I was trying not to go fast. I was like, you know what? I just need to try not to go fast. So that's what I did. And I was able to go better. I was able to go more consistent. So I know exactly what I need to work on in the next track event. The next one is going to be at Eagle Canyon Raceway for me, like I said, in June. I have been there before, so I don't need to learn the track. So from the first session, I will be refining my braking points. I will find out exactly where I need to brake and consistently brake at that point. Obviously, throughout the day as I get quicker, I'll probably have to keep moving the brake points closer and closer up to the corners, but I will be smoother. I will be more consistent because I've learned so much from Louis Alexander when I was at Eagle Canyon Raceway in March, and I learned more also from Aaron Young this past weekend. So I'll be able to put everything that I've learned from these two wonderful coaches into practice, and whoever will be coaching me when I get to ECR, I will listen to what they have to say and try to apply that as well to my driving so I can become more consistent. And I think the quickness, the lap times will come later on. But having said all of that and how disappointed I am in myself for not being able to drive as well as I think I can, I'm not going to drive outside of the realm of my capabilities just for ego's sake. I'm not going to wreck my car because I want to go quicker. I'm still going to learn the car, learn the racing line, learn to be consistent, learn to be smoother on the inputs, smoother on the throttle application, smoother on the brake. I have a tendency to go heavy on the brakes instead of just squeeze the brakes, right? Smoother on the steering input, smoother on every single aspect of my driving, and be more relaxed in the car. So I know what I need to work on at the next track event. But having said all of that, all of this deprecating nonsense that I'm talking about against myself, I had amazing time this weekend. It was a lot of fun. I mean, there was a lot of people out there. I think there was like 91 entries or more. And the way Apex Racing runs the event, I had 6 on-track sessions today, which is more than I expected, and very, very much appreciative for 6. I was on track 6 times today. I got to drive my car in anger 6 times today, 6 different sessions. I think they have 3 different run groups. I was obviously part of the novice run group, and I got 6 sessions with other novices out here today, so much, much appreciated. Thank you to Apex Racing Academy for allowing me to come out to one of your HPDE events, and thank you for providing a coach that was able to help me get the best out of myself this weekend. And I am using this video as a reference. Obviously, it's part of my voiceover advertisement for my voiceover channel. Plug it here. I do voiceover work for audiobooks, documentary, and commercials and things like that. So, yes, so there's my best lap, a 129.9. So next time I go back to Motorsport Ranch, Crescent Motorsport Ranch, I will use that as a basis, and I will use it to determine how much I have improved since the first time I laid down that 129.9. So I should, if I apply everything that I've learned in this session, in this session here at Apex Racing, and I apply what I've learned also at Eagle Canyon in March, early March, and by the time I get back to here at Apex Racing again in July, I will have under my belt another track session at Eagle Canyon Raceway. So I should be much more consistent, I should be much quicker, I should be smoother with my steering inputs, and most importantly, my track awareness, being aware of the corner workers, because those people are the ones who keep us safe, right? or keeping track of the conditions on the track. They're waving the flags to let us know what's going on. And so we have to, at all times, as drivers, be aware of what's going on around us as far as other drivers are concerned, what's going on around us as far as the track corner workers are concerned, the marshals, um, what's going on around us in terms of our braking. So there's so much going on when you're driving cars at speeds that diminished awareness or lack of awareness can be very, very, very detrimental to others on track. And so I owe it to myself and to everyone else to be the best version of myself when I am out here on track, to pay attention to everything that's going on around me, be aware of the flags, be aware of track condition, be aware of other drivers, be aware of every single thing that is going on out there so that I do not put myself and most importantly others at risk, because we're out here to have an amazing time, which I did this weekend. Thank you, Apex Racing, for putting on a very, very good show. Thank you, Apex Racing, for keeping us all safe. Strict adherence to safety. Thank you, Aaron Young, for your expertise, your knowledge, and the way you imparted that knowledge to me. Thank you, Louis Alexander, for all of the classroom session. There are a lot of things that I learned in the classroom that I was able to also put on in practice on the track. And so, so much kudos to everybody. Thanks, Kyle, for offering me a ride. I didn't take it, but I'll take you up on that next time because I can learn a lot from you in your ZL1. Anyway, so for those of you who tune in to this event, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. This is Driving Anger, Chronicle of a Player of Source in this wonderful game of life. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And the next one will be me at Eagle Canyon Raceway in Decatur, Texas. And that will be, I think, the second weekend in June. Anyway, have a wonderful day.